when he was born, he was apparently healthy. But when we started to give him just ordinary baby food at age 6 months, more or less, he got very, very sick. And that was the start of many, many years at the hospital where they finally figured out that he couldn't have any food. That he didn't have any absorption of nutrients in his intestines, and that food made him sick. So he was living on IV nutrition, intravenous nutrition, and his muscles would grow gradually weaker before disappearing. So from the age of 4, he was using a wheelchair, an electric wheelchair, to get by. And that really should be enough. But he also had an immune deficiency, which made him, whenever he caught a bug or virus or whatever, he would get really, really sick within 15 minutes. He would have like 41 degrees Celsius. That would almost equal 106, I think. Yeah. Within 15 minutes. So we would run like crazy for the hospital. And they would tell us every time, but why did it take you so long to get here? It's almost too late. So we were in a state of emergency all the time, and that was basically how we lived. We would connect him to his IV nutrition every night. He would have that all through the night, IV medication. We wanted to create a family memory. We wanted to have a family project, something we could do together, just to create good memories. So we started to pray. That was like 2 years ago. And we decided that we wanted to go for a trip for the whole family. So we started praying, researching, trying to figure out what God had for us. And we talked about going to Bethel. But where is Bethel? It's in North California, and that's a long way to go from Norway. So we thought there's no way he's going to make it for that many hours in a plane. You know, with IV nutrition, IV medication, having to change everything with that in the plane, it would just be too dangerous for him. So we thought that was really a stupid idea. Sorry. And we didn't think any more about it. And the Lord, he was just silent for 2 months. We didn't hear anything. We couldn't feel his presence. We didn't, Yeah. So we started saying, but when was the last time we felt his presence? Well, it was when we talked about going to Bethel, and there he was. Wow. We bagged 110 kilos of medical equipment, just medical equipment to be able to go. And we came here last year for Kingdom Culture Conference in June, which was amazing. And several people prayed for Adrian. Half an hour after the first time Adrian was prayed for, we went to a restaurant for the lunch break because we were in a hurry to get back to the next meeting. So we went in quick, and Adrian said, can I have one of those breadsticks while we're staying, just to play with? Because normally at home, we would give him food on his plate for him to play with and just touch and feel and smell, because he couldn't eat it. We were talking about what we had seen, what the Lord had been doing, and just all the different things that had been happening. And all of a sudden he says, can I have another one? And the funny thing was, it wasn't planned. He wasn't out to test. He was just listening to what God was doing and eating while he was listening, And then later at night, he had another piece of bread. Next morning, we discovered he had lived through the night. He wasn't sick, he was completely fine. And within a few days, we noted his spine changing, or not his spine, the musculature of his back, actually, the muscles of his back. But it turned out to be muscle tissue growing very, very rapidly. So, so even within the next days, he would just jump out of his wheelchair and run about, and then he would come back and sit for a while, and then it would go off again. So, yeah, this year has just been tremendous.